Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Rika.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you Tomodachi Game Episode 6.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not hating the two people in that separate room anymore. I don't feel the same way that I felt in the beginning where I felt like they were just talking too much and explaining every little thing. They're not actually doing that anymore and it flows a lot better. So I'm appreciating their presence a lot more.
I just want to get into it. Like, what are we talking about? Them two people in the room. Bum, Tenji just kissed Yuichi. What's going on?
I am so confused. That was out of left field, so confusing. This whole time he has been focused on Shio, and now all of a sudden he's saying that he loves Yuichi. I don't believe that to be the case. I think he's literally just saying it so that Yuichi's not doing the game by himself. Both of these two people are quite similar in terms of their manipulation and the way that they view others. So it's actually interesting that the two of them are going alone to the other game. That kiss, I'm pretty sure, was again another performative thing.
Yeah, but it's weird to land it on someone who didn't see it come. Like,
Yuichi saw it coming.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but come on, did he want it though? No. What the hell's going on? No, fam. You need to stop this. Tenji and Yuichi, both of you are tapped. You both need to stop this. Behave yourself and act like proper human beings.
I feel like after this episode, I understand Tenji so much less because we found out that this is Tenji's second Tomodachi game, but these guys have only been here once because they were very confused about everything that was happening. So he must have done this with a separate set of friends. I just don't understand his character anymore. What is he doing it for? What is he trying to gain? Does he just like messing with people? Does he just like being the smartest person? Does he just like destroying things that have been put together?
I don't know the answer to your questions, and to be honest, you're asking very valid questions. But what happens to the other guys? I know they can't go to the third game, but will they be reintroduced into later games? Do they get to go home and hope that their debt is cleared? Like, what happens?
Truly, I don't care about the other three characters
What?
Because this episode just made me feel like they were extremely weak. Okay, they found out that Yuichi had killed 3 people and they just all started having meltdowns. Kokorogi's on the floor crying her eyes out. She's just too weak for life.
Weak for life!
I don't want to sound rude or anything, but
you already did it.
She is too weak for life because every second she's breaking down. She breaks down at any moment for everything. There's not one thing that doesn't make her break down crying. Now, okay, fair enough, some people are emotional people, but she doesn't do anything to fight for herself. She just breaks down and sort of waits for everyone to do it for her. She reminds me of a newborn baby where all they can really do is cry and eat. And they need everybody else to do everything for them. They need someone to wipe their ass. They need someone to wipe their nose. They need someone to feed them. They need someone to put their clothes on. And that's the vibe that I get from Kokorogi. And you just can't survive in life being like this. And then you've got Shibe, who is constantly so willing to throw out accusations towards everybody else. He's so quick to condemn everybody else, as if he's already forgotten all about his dad and how he might have come to all of this money that he says that he has. And really, if he was any kind of friend, he would have just said, I'm going to take one for the team. I'll take on the debt because I have a family that can literally just pay it off. But he hasn't done that, not even once. He has not tried to fight for his friends. Tenji has actually tried to fight for his friends more, and that's saying a lot since Tenji is a psychopath.
Like, can we talk about how they all clown Shibe? Like, that was kind of deep. That was hard. Everybody's calling him an idiot to his face, telling him that they don't tell him no secrets because he can't keep his mouth shut, and he's an idiot to his face.
Okay, although that was hilarious, I still do want to say that it's shocking that nobody asked Yuichi why he murdered someone or the circumstances of murdering someone. There's a lot of ways that you can kill people, and a lot of those ways are accidental. Also, even if it was intentional, there's a lot of reasons that would justify killing. Just ask the cops.
Definitely not your daytime talk show host. If you tuned in for that stuff, this is not the place for you.
Okay, morbid humor aside, that's not really funny. But there are things that could justify killing another person, and not one of them asked him the circumstances that led him to it, how it happened, or anything like that. There's also a lot of reasons that could lead someone to think that they're a murderer even if they actually didn't do something to kill somebody. So there's also perception that's added in there.
Ruka, I've got look. I've got my own opinions on this subject, whether it's justified to do it or not do it, depending or whatever. But I do want to say that what you say about perception is 100% true. Like, if you're a little kid and you accidentally matricide or patricide, then you're always going to feel like it was your fault because you're a little kid and you haven't got the perspective or wherewithal to understand the whole situation, that it was an accident. Even if you're an adult and you did it by accident, chances are you're going to feel that you have caught an M charge, because you're thinking with your emotions and not looking at the bigger picture and whether it was an accident or not, and you're always going to feel gutted. So yeah, I believe perception has got a lot to do with it, and I really, really wish they told us how the circumstances occurred that he ended 3 people, but that's next week's episode, I hope, unless they're going to give us a wedding between Tenji and bloody Yuichi in it.
I'm glad that his friends didn't hear about the circumstances, because they didn't care to ask. They just condemned him immediately, despite the fact that he's been the only one helping them through it this entire time, like helping them through the game, sacrificing himself. Even as he sacrifices himself, they're still writing him off. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't really deserve the truth. They didn't ask for it. They didn't seem to care about the truth. The only person who actually deserves it, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Say it with chest.
But it's Tenji, the psychopath, who we have been hating these last few episodes, and still really do hate, because he's still not really redeemable in my eyes at this moment in time. But he's the only person that actually cared enough to say, I'm not going to just write him off straight away, even though he just blew up my whole spot. He's the person who made everybody know what I was doing, and he's the one that laid all these traps for me, and I'm still going to go ahead and do the game with him. However, I will say that Tenji is strange enough that he might want to go through with this game with Yuichi to finish him off, because he wants to win against Yuichi. He knew that if there was anyone that was going to figure him out, he knew it was Yuichi. That's why he's been hating him this whole time, it's you, isn't it, Yuichi? He knew straight away that it was Yuichi setting these traps. So he might just want a final showdown with the two of them.
Yeah, but I don't know. Based on that last episode, the kind of showdown that he wants might not be the way you're thinking, to be fair. It might be a different kind of showdown.
No.
They might be going into the game together for other reasons.
I don't think so. I think it was performative. I think he was messing around.
I mean, I agree with you. I think it's performative too. However, I do want to say this though. Kokorogi was accused of being a paid-for companion.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be true.
Yeah.
Sarawagi was accused of having plastic surgery, which turned out to be true. Shibei's dad was just living the life basically and not caring about stuff and doing some really bad things, which turned out to be true. Tenji is a full-on nutcase, nutball who wants to keep Shio as a personal slave for the rest of her life, which turns out to be true. But according to the game, it's a lie because he kissed Yuichi at the end. But what I'm saying is, this show has taught me that bad people can be good friends. Tenji and Yuichi for best friends of the year.
What? So you did all that long-winded stuff to say a silly point. I can't even deal with you. We were speculating about where this was going to go from here, and we were both wrong.
Yeah, left field, totally.
I was completely taken by surprise, and I also said last week that this show hasn't had any real shocks so far. For me, this is a big shock.
Which one? The kissing or the plan?
The kissing, the murderation of 3, Yuichi sacrificing himself for the rest of them. All of it was pretty shocking for me, because he said he wanted to do it alone, and although he was saying nasty things to them, he was saying, oh, they're weighing me down. In his mind, he was saying this is the only way to protect them, so he clearly does really care about his friends. So I don't know what his plan was to do it alone, because he really did think he was gonna be alone, and he said he's planning to take down the management, he's planning to take down the whole thing. I don't know how he's gonna be able to do that in one game. I'm
not gonna put nothing past him. The plan that he had in this show was actually pretty cool. There were, while they were going through it, Ruka was highlighting some holes, and I was like, yeah. And then the show said, nah, we got you. These are the ways we cover it up. So I do like the way that the plan worked. And I like the perspective of the two ladies inside the room because they are correct. It's not how it looks. It's not altruistic, bruv. He's got them by the noose and the neck. They're chained. He can do whatever he wants to them now.
Who can?
Yuichi, when he had the tag. That's how he got them.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah,
it was like, it's mad.
Their name tag.
I liked it. It's good. And on that note, don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching.
Peace.